Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
What's going on, folks? This is Steve. We are with Race Day today, and man, I am excited for this one. Road course racing here at Circuit of the Americas. One of my favorite tracks, actually, stateside. It's very, very cool, very long, and very, very difficult. So right now, we're going to see the boys of the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series working their way through the S's and the sharp corners and all kinds of stuff as we get through COTA today. The second leg of our same state showdown. We had Texas last week in Fort Worth at the Oval, and now we go road course racing here in Austin, Texas. Cannot wait to see how this one ends up. Right now, we are down to qualifying, open qualifying here. Different process for these road courses, so 15 minutes, and the best laps out of that 15 minutes gets the pole. So pretty cool stuff right here, as we're seeing. We have the track map up here as well, folks, so you guys can see exactly where your favorite driver is on track once we get going. But right now, let's go and join trackside, see how qualifying is going. Big thanks to all of you for being here and supporting the league in race day. Man, really fun times around here. So let's go down, take a look at who is on top of the board. Right now we're seeing Frankie Barroso very quick. A bunch of drivers in practice a second ago looked extremely quick. Frankie Barroso was definitely one of them for sure. Brandon Six obviously filled in for Hugo Curiel last week and won the race. So a fantastic job there. Michael Johnson was top of the boards actually in practice, very quick. And I think he's going to be a factor today for sure. So watch out for him. Bunch of more guys. Chris Rabel subbing in today for Martin Nava. You'll recognize him from prior seasons. So subbing in for them. And then also subbing in Brandon Fetterplace in Hugo Curiel's car today, that 74. So that paint scheme's got some good luck. It's winning last week in Texas. Right now, wonder if that car can get the sweep in the Texas same state showdown. We're going to find out. Brandon Fetterplay is very good at these road courses, so we'll find out pretty quick what he has for us. Well, right now, the best lap does get on top of the board. So far, no one has actually gotten the fastest lap, or really locked in any lap at all. So this is the interesting part about open qualifying. You just never know. One off track or one wreck or slow down, it can happen. So we're going to find out pretty soon who will be at the top of the charts. Here we go. Nick Lights, first on the board, 2:15.50. Not too bad right there. Very good. Might not be the fastest lap, but so far looking pretty good. Richard Woodruff, they're all starting to come in now. Very cool. So 10 minutes left in qualifying. Man, Circuit of the Americas, always a great time right here. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting because the tires and the fuel mileage, I think, is going to play a relatively big role in today's race. Tire wear, maybe not so much, but the fuel absolutely will. Stages 1 and 2 aren't going to be any issues, but stage 3, it's pretty close. They can go like 12 or 13 laps, but stage 3 is about 14, 15 laps. So that's going to be the chaos potentially. Can they save the fuel? You know, that's going to be a big highlight today. As far as what's going to go down, right now it is 34 laps as the race total. So that's going to be the distance today. Stages will be lap 8 and 18. So on lap 18 and lap 8, race control will throw the caution flag out for the stages. And that will be it. Those are pretty much the only cautions we're going to throw today. Pace car will come out, and we will re-rack him back up. So we're going to be doing that, and going to be interesting to see how that works out with these guys, because normally for road course racing, right, you only really have that initial restart, and then you're off, right? You're off for that 34 laps or however long it is, and there's no real, grouping back up with the field. So this right here gives drivers really 2 chances, to catch back up. If you have a mistake in stage 1, okay, you're not going to get those stage points, but you get to the, catch back up to the field at one point. So really, it's not a bad deal. So, and again, with the no yellows, you really have to be careful to not get that spin out, especially in stage 3, right, where there's no mistakes given at that point. You really have to be careful. So, right now, though, Michael Johnson on the top. There he is, 2:13.25. That's pretty close to what he had in practice. There he is. Frankie Barroso now 2:12.76. That's very close to what Johnson had earlier on. So this is going to be what we see here. Brandon 6th up the board. Roger Pierce as well. I know he's been looking forward to this race, and he is right there in that top 4 spot. Has to find just a little bit more speed, but he is getting closer and closer. I think he's one to watch out for today. Same thing with Michael Johnson for sure. But a huge field today. 30-plus drivers on a road course. Man, this is going to be a ton of fun. Cannot wait for this. Folks, big thanks to you for showing up, obviously, and being a part of race day and watching the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Always a damn good time around here. So we're going to have more of a good time in a bit. But man, right now, Michael Johnson's getting it. Right here, going to come around for his second lap. This might be a better lap. We're going to find out. Where's he finish? 2:13.23 so far, so can't quite catch up to Barroso. We will see. Richard Woodruff looking pretty stout right now. 2:15.27. He is certainly getting there. Overall, awesome job by Woodruff here. Better place up to P6. So many cool shots to show you folks as we get through the race. Look at this, the arena, that interior part right around sector 3. Great place to sit and watch the race. Incredible. The S's right here. Man, oh man, all kinds of cool angles today we're going to throw at you. So sit back and relax. We're going to have a great time tonight. Also, too, on the top right of your screen is the track map. So keep that in mind. Your favorite driver, if you know their number, you can watch out for them on that right. If they're in the gray, that's a good thing. If they're in red, that means they're off track and they're probably either wrecking or they're in the grass or something like that. So definitely not good to see your favorite driver in the red. The green, right now, as we're watching John Hagan, the green will always be the active driver that we're watching. So keep that in mind. But right there, you just saw 76 pop off a bit. Roger Pierce. Sometimes the red, though, this track is interesting because unlike the real world, where they can pretty much drive wherever they want to, it's pretty difficult because in sim, in iRacing right here, man, just a little bit off track into that red paint, and it's going to cause an off track, which is not cool because in the real world, they pretty much use anything that's asphalt for the racing surface, and we're trying to mimic that here tonight. So right now we're going to see a lot of reds in that map kind of blink, but that's most likely because they're off track just a little bit. Whoop! As Pierce goes around. All good. Well, right now Frankie Rosa's still up front. 4.5 minutes left to go in qualifying. Open qualifying, keep in mind. So these drivers had 15 minutes to get themselves the fastest lap they possibly can. And right now we're seeing it. Frankie Rosa up top. Brandon Bowie coming down pit road now. Smart move right here. Maybe practicing that pit road entry. It is not easy to get that done here. So awesome job, Tim Robb. Fantastic job right there. P10. Jacob Weist. P7. So Apollo Motorsports making a show right now, looking very, very good. Definitely a difficult track. Andrew Phipps right now. Gonna be his 13th place. A couple drivers right here haven't even made a lap yet, unfortunately. Devin Smecker. All Things Go podcast. Very sharp looking paint scheme right there. Looks great. If I recall, actually, I believe he had the same paint scheme last season at Twin Rig Motegi. So really cool stuff. Looking good right there. Daryl Young right now. Harpoon Design. Remember, man, look at that Camry. Loving how that looks. Only Harpoon Design can make a car look that good, and it certainly does. So right now in B27, right now there's a couple drivers. Daryl Young, Fleming, I know, is one of them who I talked to before the race. And these guys aren't really road course ringers, as you can say. But hey, they're here, looking to get as many points as they can towards the championship and towards the playoffs. So you never know what can happen in today's race. So a bunch of drivers. Josh Larson, here he is in that 51. Hasn't really had the luck so far this season that I wish he had. I've talked to him before, and he's just not super thrilled with how the season's gone. He's run well, actually, at certain tracks, but just can't quite get it done. So we're going to see him, I've got a feeling, with a bit of a comeback. Next week at Richmond, that falls into his style of track. So I think we're going to see him have a bit of a comeback race next week, if not tonight. Looking at Mark Whitley here, one of these really fast drivers. Man, Mark is exceptionally fast. One of the champions of the ASRA in Season 4. And he's the kind of guy that can definitely get this job done to win this race, or at least do very well. Extremely good road course racer as well, but right now hasn't had a time to put on the board, so that is not good. You want to definitely get a time up there, and hopefully we see him on the board as we go. 2 minutes left to go. These drivers have about, depending on where they are on track, that might be it. It's 15 minutes. You have to start your lap before then, or else iRacing will just cut it off and that'll be it. So right now, 1.5 minutes left to go. Michael Johnson trying to get that pole away from Frankie Barroso, but can't quite do it just yet. We're in 6 and P3. Roger Pearson P4. Nick Light's a great showing right now. Extremely good job. Look at that digital downforce machine. I'll tell you what, he's been knocking on the door of the season a lot for a win. I really feel like Michigan was kind of his race, but Gary Lipinski kind of just ripped it out of his hands and won it. So I think Nick is definitely in line here to do very well tonight. He's good at these tracks, and I think he's going to be doing pretty well. Same thing with Hagan. John Hagan, he's a guy right now and currently in P10 in the pits right here in that Flaming Hot Cheetos machine, but a guy that, again, should have won Darlington, arguably. But late race cautions came out and unfortunately didn't make it happen. But he's one of those guys that can get it done anywhere, I feel like. And right now, looking at the points for the Same State Showdown, again, for the Same State Showdown, we combined the points of last week at Texas and then today at COTA. And, whoa, hold on now. Right, Dunkelberger sends it. And so anyway, we combine those two points from both races, and whoever is the quote-unquote champion of those two races, Same State Showdown, they get to go to the All-Star race, and as well, they get a cash prize. And right now, Nick Lights is that driver. was in that spot. John Hagan's third, and Brandon Bowie's in third place. So we're going to look to see if one of those drivers can make it happen. And we will find out. But qualifying is over. There might be some little overlap time here just to have drivers finish their lap, so we'll give that a second. But Blaze Crawford off last week, very, very fast. Currently 21st in order, so not too bad. Frankie Barroso, though, is in pit road. Michael Johnson, he's out there right now. He's going to try and sneak in one more lap. Can he wrap up qualifying and get the pole? Right on board real quick. We'll show you the second half of this track. Really hard into the braking zone. Michael Johnson just knows how to get it done. A little loose right there on entry, but this arena part of the track right here is pretty difficult. Awkward corners. And so far doing a great job. There he is coming around. You can see this corner right here has like a delayed entry. Super, just weird lane right there, but there it is. And right now qualifying will be over. So unless Michael Johnson can steal this one away, that is going to be it. Your top 10 locked in right here. Very, very cool. A couple more corners to go. Michael Johnson, does he get the pole and get that one playoff point towards the playoffs? And it looks like that won't be the case. So Frankie Barroso going to be on the pole tonight. Mark Whitley, there he is with that P14 spot. Not too bad over there. Blaze Crawford, 22nd. Julio Villalobos right there in that 45, looking pretty sharp. 22nd and 23rd for these two drivers. Josh Larson, 25th. And there he is, Trevor Zelazny, another newcomer. This is one of those drivers that was here from the get-go as far as signing up for the league, but has come in late. And here he is, making his debut for the season. We've seen Trevor before, so this is not a new occasion for him, but looking pretty good. Tough track to debut on, but here he is in the number 89 Flimdogs machine. Uh-oh. Keeps it going. But watching Blaze Crawford, Julio Villalobos, qualifying should be ending up here in just a second. And there it is. So qualifying now is over, and that is going to be the grid. Cannot wait to get this thing going. 34 laps is it. Pretty quick race overall. Again, there's no cautions, only the stages will bring out actual full course cautions. So we will definitely get this thing going right now. So on the track, let's go trackside. Michael Johnson right here. Going to be in P2. We'll wait here for Frankie Barroso to come back onto the track. Well, here we are, the front row. Frankie Barroso going to be leading us off for the Same State Showdown race number 2 on the pole. Michael Johnson going to be in P2 right there. Brandon 6 in 3rd place. Not currently on the track yet on the grid, but he will be shortly. 4th place, Roger Pierce. There he is, that 76 again. I feel like him and Michael Johnson are the ones to watch today. So take a look at them. Brendan Bowie in P5. Brendan Fetter place. Looking very good over there in that 6th spot. Nick Lights, P7 for him. Devin Smecker in P8. Oh, now what happened here? P7 for Nikolai, Devin Smacker for P8. Great job right there, Jacob Wiest. 9th place, Richard Woodruff in P10. John Hagan, P11. Tim Robb, 12th place. Ryan Dunkelberger, rolling off P13. 14th place is Mark Whitley. Andrew Phipps, 15th. Joseph Mealy, 16th place. Chris Rabel in P17. Max Brady, looking good today in that Carlos Pizza Machine. P18. Jackson Anderson, 19th. Christian Angel, 20th place. Jeremy Millerin in 21st. Blaze Crawford, 22nd. Julio Villalobos, 23rd. Jonathan Smith, P24. Josh Larson, 25th. Matt Smith, 26th. Matthew Fleming, 27th place. James Kaufman, 28th. Matthew Pont, 29th. Daryl Young, 30th place. Kenny Reel, 31st. Jimmy Graham, 32nd. Trevor Zelazny in 33rd. And then rounding up the field is Austin Salyers. So 34 cars today going to be in the field. A lot going on today. Big field right now. And this is kind of nice because right now they're gridding on the backstretch. So these guys can get to that front row nice and simple, nice and quick. We are about to go racing for the same state showdown. Frankie Barroso, there he is. So right now, stage 1 is going to be 8 laps. That's all it takes. You might think, wow, 8 laps is not a lot of time, but it actually is. At a place like this, it is a long time, and we're going to find out real quick. That Porsche pace car comes off the track, enters pit road, and right now, the craziest corner, I think, in all of racing. Turn 1. All of these drivers coming down turn 1. What can they do? We are about to go green. Green flag about to be in the air. And there it is. Here we go. Absolute craziness already in the back of the field, as we expected. Brandon Bowie looks like has gone off the track, as well as Christian Angel. And there he is, Ryan Dunkelberger. This is what you're going to expect here at these road courses. All kinds of chaos in turn 1, turn 2. Here we go. Man, Ryan Dunkelberger waking hard off of the S's. Got to be careful there. That might be his race. Just like that, it can change, folks. Back at the field, Austin Salyers getting through it, nice and slow. That might be the case right here. Great job, Frankie Barroso up front, though. Taking that charge. But it's the mid-pack where it's so difficult to get through it. And that's going to be the case right there. Uh-oh, big, heavy hits right here. Looks like Roger Pierce involved. Front of the field, nobody. Man, oh man, all kinds of chaos already. You just got to get through that first lap, and right here, you're seeing it. All over the track. Oh no, right here in the back of the field too, 41. And there we go, everybody getting through right now, starting to slow down now. Ooh, some big spin right here. Looks like Roger Pierce may be involved. Yes, it is. And Max Brady. Couldn't quite tell what that was initially, but man, all kinds of drivers sending it in. Chris Rabel getting so loose. Jonathan Smith right there too. Conditions are very difficult right now. The track is just so slick. Everyone getting through it right now. So far, so good. Some spin outs, some late braking. But Frankie Barroso leads lap number 1. Michael Johnson right there as well. Brandon 6 follows suit. Devin Smirker gets a great job right there. Didn't qualify so hot, but does a great job. Better Place gets really loose in turn 1. Keeps it going. Jacob Wiest, look at him right now in P6. Great effort. And Nick Lights as well. Super good job. Everyone now single file, starting to simmer it down. One by one, these restarts are going to be absolutely crazy. Brandon Bowie did not have a good start right there. But everyone is calmed down. Look at this Christian Angel. We saw him spun out, but now he's back and looking pretty good. That's what it takes sometimes. Oh no, Brandon 6 got loose right there in that corner. That tight corner right at the beginning of Sector 2. Not good. Keeps it back going though. Up the front, Frankie Barroso so far is checking out. Michael Johnson definitely in tow. Pretty close by, but he is right there. You can tell the conditions right now are so difficult because we're seeing a lot of these guys who are very, very good at road courses, like a Brandon 6, having issues on the braking zone. Just a slick track all the way around. Back in the field, Matthew Pont having some issues. We're going to see it all day long, though. Mark Whitley making it work, has Jacob Wiest behind him. Gets punted just a little bit by John Hagan, looks like, but makes that pass right there. Chris Rabel in the back gets spun right there into the last corner, but keeps it going. Great job. Frankie Barroso, then Michael Johnson. Look at this. Almost nobody behind him. But Devin Smirker holding on to it. He's in third place. Brendan 6th and fourth. And then everyone else. These great camera angles here from the S's. All downhill, and they all kind of slow down at the end. It's very, very cool. We're seeing all these drivers getting through it effortlessly. After the restart, really decides to calm down, and right now you're seeing it. High above the Circuit of the Americas. Really, really cool track. Couple of close battles right here. Jeremy Miller and Jamie Graham. Man, Graham has been up 16 spots already. He has been flying. Didn't qualify too hot. And here he is right now in 18th. Trying to move around Jeremy Miller, and really, really good job, actually. Getting through that chaotic stage 1, or the stage 1 restart. Incredible job so far. Jacob Wiest making a move around John Hagan. Uh-oh, hold on. Blows it in the braking zone just a little bit, but maintains that track position. Great job. Woodruff goes around right here in P13. Roger Pierce also involved, looks like. I believe that's Blaze Crawford. Yes, it is. Chaos all over the track. This is one of those tracks that, man, one little mistake can definitely aggravate you for sure. I mean, Roger Pierce again started P4. Right now he finds himself in 18th spot. So little mistakes here and there, but these things can get fixed pretty quick. It's a long race, lap 4 already. And we're gonna bounce around, folks, all race long. We'll cover all the close battles. Back here a bit, look at this, Jamie Graham making a move. On the inside of Jeremy Millerin. Awesome job right there. Tough track right there, a tough turn. And then Brandon Bowie coming in through too. Currently in 15th. Got looped around in that first corner accident. on the move for sure. Blaze Crawford in the pits, actually. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe some early pitting. We'll see what that has to do with his strategy. We'll come back to that. A couple of guys back in the field. Matthew Fleming right now. Christian Angel, we saw him spun up pretty hard. Daryl Young, there he is. Doing pretty good though, 31st. It's a tough track for him. The slow and steady might win the race today. He might not win any stage points, but hey, hold on to that car, keep the fenders on it, and you might be pretty good. So, not a bad day so far. Big moves, 3 wide right here, coming down this long straightaway. Brandon Bowie gets through. Jonathan Smith right there too. Can he catch him? The draft can play into a roll there, but a very hard braking zone. Got to be careful to not send it into that driver ahead. Great job right there. Up at the front still, things are getting pretty heated right now. Frankie Brosso is right in P1 still, but Michael Johnson is not going away. He is right there, and he has found something. Watch this turn 1 from the gyro cam of Michael Johnson's car. Uphill, kind of a blind left-hand corner. And he is right there. We're going to watch him through the S's as well. Really see where Michael picks up on Frankie. Looks pretty good going into these corners. Can use all that red right there on the side of the track. Looking very good. Very even with him into these corners. Lost a lot of time there, but you can kind of see what's going on there. He's definitely faster in some parts of this track. Lap 5, we're inching down closer to that end of the stage. A little further on back, Julio Villalobos in 28th. Matthew Smith, I believe, might have had a moment a second ago, but looks pretty good right now. Mark Whitley, Jacob Weiss. This battle's getting pretty heated right here. Brendan Fetterplace in P6. And then Nick Lights ahead. We saw a moment there for a second. We thought they wrecked, but they are good to go. Jacob Weiss in the braking zone brings it 3 wide. Makes it happen right there. Great job on the inside line for Jacob Weiss. Oh, Andrew Phipps involved. Might have overshot that corner, but keeps it going right in front too. John Hagan, Max Brady. It's so tough here. Different braking zones can be the cause of a lot of these incidents. Jimmy Graham right here on the inside lane looking pretty sharp. You can use all that track right there, and they're doing it. Great look right now on lap number 6. So right there, that white line that you just saw, that will be the stage finish line in 2 laps. So once Frankie Barroso in 2 laps crosses that line, that will be the stage end. Race control will throw the yellow, and we will catch up to the pace car and get it back going for stage 2. But right now, Frankie Barroso holding on to that P1 spot. Looks very dominant so far. Michael Johnson really the only person that can catch him and compete, it would appear like. But Devin Sprecher, he's right there too. Can't get him out. Under fire here in just a second by Brandon 6. He might have something for him. Nick Lights, 5th place. Mark Whitley up 8 spots right now. Didn't qualify too hot in P14. But here he is in 6th. He's going to be a contender for this win by the end of it. I can promise you, he is really good at these tracks. And right now, I think we're going to see him get into that track position. Jacob Weiss, very impressive run so far in the number 60. Looking very good, very confident. Brandon Fetterplace, Tim Robb, and Brandon Bowie already back up to P10 after that spin. So He started P5, keep in mind, but right now he is already back up there, so great job. Couple drivers in the back to watch out for as well. Kenny Reel right now in 33rd place. Blaze Crawford 32nd after some damage and some spin outs. A bunch of different guys as well back here. Matthew Pont, Julio Villalobos, James Kaufman, Jackson Anderson. All on track. Cars look pretty good. Just don't quite have the pace, but again, just hey, keep the fenders on it. Be there at the end, and you might get some good points. So that's their goal today for sure. It's a movement right here. Joseph Mealy in that 6. A great looking good drops machine. But Roger Pierce on the move again at P18. All kinds of things going on right here. Looks like Brandon 6 did make that move around for P3. So he has that right now. And we're heating up. Lap number 7. Johnson's, he's caught him. We're seeing some moves here by Max Brady. This bunch is definitely pretty tight. We saw them bouncing off each other a second ago, but right now they've got it going on. Pretty good effort right now overall. Just like that, Max Brady doing a great job right now, currently in P13. Getting through all the S's. You can really see everyone now is really kind of getting into their groove. Tires on these road courses nowadays, in this car particularly, they're so cold at the start of a race, at the start of a tire run, and man, they're so slippery. But that's why at the stage 1, you might not see a lot of these guys take tires. They'll either take tires at the stage 1 break or the stage 2 break, but not both. That's for sure, because the tires just wear out over a long period of time, but they're so slippery initially. So for me, I kind of like the idea of taking them now versus later, but just to give myself that track position, but it all depends on what they want to do. Frankie Brosso is right there. Michael Johnson, he's so close. They have 1 lap to go, though. Next time by, when they come across that line, that's going to be the stage finish. So Michael Johnson, if he wants to win his first stage, he has got to get to him now. But a long way to go, though. Still, Mark Whitley, pretty close there to Brendan Fetterplace and Jacob Wiest. We'll see if he can catch up to him there. Everyone else, though, kind of spread out. Everyone's kind of in their groove right now. All separated. Overall, an awesome job. Daryl Young back in the pack here. Doing his thing. Hey, props to these guys, right? It's so easy to just be like, oh, you know what? I'm just not going to go to the race today because I don't like the track. I don't like road course racing. But here they are. Huge field. A lot of respect. But, man, Michael Johnson is right there. If he can capitalize, he can find himself into this spot. He hit some of the bumps right here last time around. Ooh, big run right here for Michael Johnson. He's got him maybe right here in the hairpin. Doesn't quite get him right there, but oh, so close. If he can stay close, he might have him in the braking zone, and that might be it. The draft does definitely play a role into this backstretch right here, but right now, does he pull out through? Yes, he does. Just doesn't have enough right there to get around him. So close. And this is for the stage end. Johnson tries to move right there on the inside, but doesn't quite make it work. But maybe he does. He's on the outside lane. Maybe a crossover here. It's not going to be enough, it would appear like. Here we go, though, at the line. Oh, the stage line right there. And that is going to go to Frankie Barroso. Awesome job by Frankie to hold on to that. He's going to be your stage winner. Michael Johnson playing that perfectly. The crossover move. Man, I did not expect to see a drag race for a stage finish, but here we are. And a great job by Frankie Barroso to win that stage. So great job. We'll talk to him in just a second. Once we settle things down here and they catch the pace car. There we go. And that right there, folks, is why the stage finish line is not the normal start finish line, because if it was the normal start finish line, these drivers would have blown past the pace car and would have most likely had to have done one more extra lap just to catch the pace car. So since the stage finish line is further back, a couple corners back, the pace car is right there. They pull out, and there they go. So it saves a lap under caution, which gives us more green flag racing. So nice and simple. And here we go. These guys are going to come down pit road in just a second, top off on fuel and get the tires maybe. But right now, let's go and thank our sponsors while we have the time. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
All right, folks, we are back for the Same State Showdown race number 2, the finale of the Same State Showdown. And right now we're under caution for stage number 1. Again, one of only 2 cautions that we'll get today. Frankie Barroso was your stage 1 winner. And right now, in just a second, they're going to come down pit road and service their cars, get the fuel, get the tires potentially. We're going to find out real quick. And then we'll talk to Frankie Barroso and maybe a few more drivers, to be honest. We'll see what it feels like out there, and we'll kind of go from there. So right now, they're entering that quad corner. That Porsche pace car looking pretty good. Well, your top 5 for stage number 1 was Frankie Barroso, Michael Johnson, Brandon Six, Devin Smecker, and then Nick Lights. So great job by these guys to get into that top 5. P6 was Mark Whitley, Jacob Wiest in P7. Brandon Fetter placed 8th place, Tim Robb in 9th, and then Brandon Bowie in P10. So great job right here. Here we go, pit road action. Everyone going to come down pit road right now. You got to get the fuel at a minimum. Here we go. What do they do? A lot of these guys might not take the tires just yet. They might wait until the caution for stage 2. We'll see what they decide to do there, as it is going to be a little bit longer, but right now, I expect to definitely see some different strategies between tires and fuel, all kinds of things. We're going to see a lot of these guys taking tires right there. So Frankie takes the tires now versus later. Interesting move. A lot of these guys right here taking the tires, or excuse me, deciding not to take tires. Frankie Barroso, though, takes the tires now. So interesting call by your stage 1 winner. We'll talk to him about his strategy decision and see what that means. But right now, Frankie Barroso, everyone's done. Pits, let's try and bring him in. Hey, Frankie Barroso, it's Steve here in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey man, so far pretty good job right now. Stage 1, you led every lap, and obviously a very fast car. So how's the car feel right now, and how's it going out there?
Well, I can promise you it's not easy. I mean, car doesn't really handle that. At least to me, it doesn't handle that great. It just feels like I don't have much rear grip until I'm right out of the corner. But yeah, it's good enough, I guess. So I kind of lost my track position here on strategy, but you know, hoping to regain that at the end of this stage. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir. Right now, so you took tires right here, and obviously a lot of your guys in the front of you didn't do that. So what's the strategy there in your regard?
Well, the big thing is on new tires, the first lap is absolutely dreadful, but the second lap is where these tires will be at their best. So, and plus, I don't know, like, you could definitely double stint these tires. Triple stinting, at least recently, I'm not positive. So, you know, I went with the safe option and just, you know, just took new rubber for now. You know, and obviously got to get a good restart, stay out of the chaos, you know, but right now I feel okay, I guess. You know, a little bit of traffic, but you know, but at the end of the day, I believe these guys, at least most of them, are going to take their tires at the end of stage 2.
Yeah. I'm
not sure. If they don't, then, well, I'm pretty screwed. But if they do, then I'll be in the catbird seat. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it should be a fun one. I got to shout out MJ there. That was absolutely, I love that. At the end, he almost got me. I was sweating bullets.
Awesome. Yeah, a lot of competition out there today, but hey man, good luck rest of the way, and we'll catch you maybe at the end of this thing.
Yeah, man, thank you.
All right, there he is, Frankie Barroso, your stage 1 winner. Great job right there for him. Right now, like you said though, kind of in a tough spot, but this might be by strategy, right? Take the tires now and not take them later. Might be a very, very smart move. But Michael Johnson going to be your leader as we sit. Devin Smecker in the front as well, so looking pretty good. Right now, though, that pace car still has the lights on. We should be going one more lap around just to organize this. But the choose car, you did see as we were going through, and Frankie Barroso going to be starting off in about 8th spot right now, a P9 actually, as we see. So here we go. That pace car. This track is huge, folks. We're going to see these cautions last a couple laps, 3 or 4 laps, but that's why we only do 2 of them because they are long, and you do not want long cautions like this on a road course for the majority of the race. So right now, a lot of drivers deciding to change and fix tires right now, or not tires, but damage. So definitely good to keep this race extended just a little bit. So right now, as we're under this caution, we have 1 more lap to go here. Let's go and thank a few sponsors, and we'll come right back.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back to Race Day. We are here for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series, and this is the Same State Showdown, race number 2 here from Circuit of the Americas. We are getting this thing underway right now. Stage 1 has concluded, and right now we are wrapping up this caution period for that stage. All the drivers right now on that little back stretch. We're going to get underway here momentarily for stage number 2. So here we go. Pace car lights are off. Only 24 laps to go to decide this race. Definitely expect to see some chaos at the beginning of this, as we did on the initial restart. Great angles all the way around this awesome Texas track. Looking pretty sharp. Right now, Michael Johnson going to be leading us off. Devin Smucker, Brandon Fetterplace, Brandon 6, and then John Hagan. So Frankie Barroso, your stage 1 winner. We talked to him a second ago, and he took tires. So we expect him to not take tires at the stage 2 break, but a lot of these guys here might do that. So a lot is on the line. We're going to find out pretty quick what can go down here. Stage 1 was definitely interesting and pretty wild. So let's see what Michael Johnson has right here for stage 2, as well as Devin Smucker going to be leading us off. Turn 1, we know it's going to be pretty chaotic. Can these guys get through it? And there we go. Pace car pulls off. The front row is ready. We're going to get this thing underway. Here we go. Green flag about to be out for stage number 2. There it is. Green flag in the air. Michael Johnson leads us off. Expect chaos here. Turn 1. They're coming around so far. Uh-oh. Spinneroonie, Frankie Barroso. Not what he had wanted. All kinds of a mess right here entering this. Frankie is spun around though on turn 1. Huge development right there, but right now in the front, Michael Johnson takes the lead back. Single file all the way through still. Everyone got through it. Frankie talked about it. Loose conditions on those brand new tires. That might have been it there for him. That 48. Look at this. Andrew Phipps. Oh, James Coffin in the background. Big contact right there. It might be into the wall. Who to get into it there? Blaze Crawford looks like on entry. Julio Villalobos right now down and out on the backstretch. Michael Johnson overshot the corner right there. Brandon 6 as well. A battle for the lead right now on 23 laps to go. Mark Whitley, there he is. We saw these guys catching the field. We knew Whitley was going to get here, and here he is. Devin Sprecher as well. John Hagan, Brandon Bowie, and Chris Rabel. Fantastic run. Some contact here. Looks like Austin Salyers having some issues. Into the grass. Quick checkup on Frankie Barroso. Here he is right now in 25th. Has to work his way back through after that spin out in turn 1. Unfortunately, everybody else in the mid-pack looking pretty good. You can see him on the front stretch, all single file. Here they come, Michael Johnson looking pretty good right here through the S's. Bunch of cars bouncing off those turtles right there, I believe they're called. Those yellow bumpers. Gotta be careful that it will scrub some speed, but also it'll really take you off the course. Can you get loose? Cloud coverage starting to come in, so right now the track temp should be cooling down just a little bit. That'll help the grip levels here for sure. As we're seeing one car off the track, looks like maybe Roger Pierce. There he is, having a pretty rough battle right now, currently in 23rd spot. Matthew Smith as well, trying to make that move in just a second. Brandon Bowie working hard right there. We saw him. 6th place. Has his teammate Brandon Fetterplace next to him. John Hagan as well. Trying to complete the pass and does. Right there, last couple of corners, Brendan 6 took that lead away. So here he is, has the lead. Michael Johnson, I'm sorry, in P2. Mark Whitley in 3rd spot. Mark looks really good. Earlier on, we'll see what he has for these guys, but Michael right here looked so good on the older tires. This might be a good thing for him. Get those tires back warmed up. Right back to the front. Joseph Mealy, here we go now. Jimmy Graham also pitting. So some Murphy Esports drivers coming down pit road now. Interesting call. We'll definitely watch for them to see what they can do. Couldn't quite tell right there if they took tires or not, but might have topped off on fuel. And smart move right here. Maybe you want to set themselves up for a proper stage 3 and give themselves that track position. Good stuff right here. Further on back, Frankie Barroso gets around Matthew Fleming. That's for P16. Frankie's fast, and he's catching these guys to get the fresh tires. They'll take about 3 or 4 laps to warm up. He is getting through the field pretty quick. Tight racing right here. Daryl Young, Dunkelberger, and Villalobos. the front, Michael Johnson trying to hold on to P2. Mark Whitley has lost some ground just a little bit, but not doing too bad right now. Fourth spot though, Devin Smecker. Uh-oh, getting a word. Austin Salyers. Big moment right there. Kenny Reel as well. Couple big moves right here. Josh Larson holding on strong to 22nd. Doing great. That's sometimes the key, right? It's the attrition factor. It's just getting through the race and not getting into any wrecks or just being there at the end, right? And Larson's doing that. Same thing with Anderson right here in the back. No damage, no spin outs on these crazy restarts. So far looking pretty strong for these guys. Up front though, we're seeing some changes. John Hagan, Brandon Fetter plays side by side, or pretty close to it. Trying to catch each other. Closest battle on track might be actually Smith. Looks like Jonathan Smith and Tim Robb. Look at this, and then his teammate right here, Tim Robb's teammate Jacob Weiss in the background. He's getting there. Ooh, Tim Robb tries to send it in, couldn't quite get it done. Take a look. That turn right there is so interesting because the braking zone is just so awkward. Tight hairpin corner. And then hard onto the gas. This straightaway is pretty long, and the draft does matter, especially at the end of the run. Richard Woodruff right now in P16. Frank Cabroso makes that move around him. Max Brady and Millerman right here are pretty close together. Oh, big spin out right here in the front. Who is that? Chris Rabel looks like in the 41. Subbing in for Martin Nava. Definitely going to be careful there. It's easy sometimes to lose the control. It's this track, the conditions here are very, very loose. Jacob Weiss in line right there. Jonathan Smith. Up at the front though, so far Brandon Six still holding on to control here. Michael Johnson in P2. Definitely has something, I think, for the leaders here. Michael Johnson's very, very fast. He's got the pace. Better place in P6 again. Subbing in for Hugo Curiel. We saw this car last week at Texas winning the race. And here he is right now. Subbing in for him and looking pretty sharp right now in P6. Very, very good run. Update real quick on Roger Pierce, currently in P18. Race has definitely not gone as well for him than I think he wanted to, but all started with that stage one, lap one, really, incident. Pretty rough. Right now, oh, we're getting word. Matthew Pont out of the last corner, has some issues in that number one. Spins it around, gets it back going, but good job there. Tough, tough break. James Kaufman has some front end damage, but not too bad. Currently in 31st spot. Close battle right here, though. Joseph Mealy, Jamie Graham, and then Blaze Crawford. Man, look at this craziness. Frankie trying to get through it all in that red and black 48. Doesn't quite get him the braking zone though, but Frankie might get him here on the exit. Crazy battle all the way through. That was 4 wide there for a second. At one point. Good stuff. Super close racing all around the track. Moves right here. Tim Robb making a move now. He's gotten around Jonathan Smith and his teammate Jacob Weiss. He's trying the same thing. He might get it done here on the inside. Not quite, but turn one. That could be a good run for him. Let's see if he can do it. Takes a peek. Really, really close. Weist makes that move. Now entering the S's. Great job right there. Up front, Brandon 6 still takes the lead. 18 laps to go. Just like that, we're going to be ending stage 2 here momentarily, I believe, in the next couple laps. So can Michael Johnson again? He's right there again. He has the speed. Definitely in the long run. Oh no, Weist goes around right here. We just saw him battling Jonathan Smith and his teammate Tim Robb. I wonder if they had contact, but man, unfortunate. Now battling Andrew Phipps. Roger Pierce right there. Getting super close. Too wide here will work, but man, can they break this? Roger Pierce sends it down deep onto the inside, makes it work, maybe. Jacob Weist does the same and gets it to stick. Awesome job right there for Weist. Super good racing right there. Up at the front we saw Johnson really close to 6 right there, but didn't quite get to him. Michael Johnson definitely has what it takes to win this race if he can find himself in that proper spot, but we're getting down to it. Look at this Miller and Max Brady side. Oh, hold on now. Little side by side. Little door bang right there for Max Brady. Aggression definitely ramping up for sure right here at Circuit of the Americas. Gets around Millerin. Millerin's probably not going to like that move he made, but if he can catch him, that might be it for him. Jonathan Smith looking pretty solid right now. Getting word Matthew Pont might have been spun out. Well, here he is right here, off track. Keeps going though. Frankie all the way back up to P10 right now after his early spin. So this is roughly where he started the stage. On the restart again, Frankie, your stage 1 winner, took tires where nobody else did. So right now, this is going to be interesting to see where he can end up amongst this top 10 to end the stage. And once again, Johnson is there. Going to try and get some draft here, but might not be able to do it. Not as close as he was to Frankie at the end of stage 1, but he is so close. He's so good at the end of these runs, and I think he might have something for these boys at the end of stage 3 to finalize this race, but we're going to find out. Max Brady. Thought we had word that he's wrecked, but he did not. Right here, a couple more corners to go. Brandon 6 looking pretty sharp right here. Michael Johnson as well. Mark Whitley in 3rd place, about 4 seconds back from these leaders. So not able to catch them just yet, but they are getting to it. But Brandon 6, incredible job there to end stage 2. And just like that, Brandon 6 is going to be your stage 2 winner. Awesome job there for the 66. Knows how to get it done at these road courses. And this is going to be interesting now because even though he's won the stage, these boys need tires. So all the guys who took tires before, let's see how that works out for them. But tire saving will be huge if they decide to not take tires. But then also fuel. Fuel has now entered the chat and is going to be a huge concern for these drivers in stage number 3. So we'll see how they can handle that. Right now, though, Brandon 6 is your stage 2 winner. Michael Johnson, 2nd place. Mark Whitley, 3rd. Brandon Bowie, 4th place. Great recovery drive for him after an early stage 1 incident. Devin Smucker in P5 has looked solid all day long for him. Brendan Fetter place. P6. John Hagan, P7. Nick Lights in 8th. Tim Robb There he is, P9. And then Frankie Barroso all the way back from that wreck. He was about 30th at the beginning of stage 2. There he is in P10. So great job there for the top 10. Right now we're going to catch the pace car and figure out what these drivers decide to do for pitting. Do they take tires? Do they take, obviously, fuel, but do they take 4 sets of tires? It can be all kinds of stuff. So we're going to find out momentarily. Let's go real quick while we have the time before they come down pit road. This track is huge, so we have the time to go and thank a few sponsors. We will come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, Rock pool cash grab, NFTs delight, Rock pool cash grab, idiot.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Alrighty, race fans, we are back here for the same state showdown. Stage 2 has concluded, and Brandon 6 was your Stage 2 winner. So right now, we are high above Circuit of the Americas, and right now we're going to be hitting the pit road for all of the leaders. Brandon 6 will lead them in tow. A bunch of drivers now have to take the tires, so we will see how that works. Some might not choose the tires. Frankie Barroso, though, we know, did take those tires in P10 as he won Stage 1, so we will find out pretty quick what they decide to do as we get this thing figured out. Who takes tires, who doesn't? That's going to be the storyline here. You want to have that track position, and as we expected, look at this, Jamie Graham out front right there. Smart move, maybe leads a lap. Gets that track position. Not a bad move right there, but P1, Brandon 6, no tires. Mark Whitley as well, Michael Johnson, Brandon Bowie, all of these drivers not taking tires still. Very, very interesting moves by these guys. Nobody thinks they need the tires. Curious for sure, but P1 is going to be Jamie Graham, who did not pit at all, so that's going to be interesting for sure. Brandon 6 going to be in P2. Mark Whitley third off the line right there. Johnson and then Bowie. So interesting calls by all these guys. I mean, we're seeing a bunch of Bowie Esport guys taking no tires, and Frankie Barroso is taking tires. So some inter-team some developments going on. Definitely some different notes being passed around, but Either way, a lot going on here to decide this race. Who can win it? Will we see a first-time winner? I think we definitely could. Michael Johnson has what it takes to win this race. But can he? That's going to be the case here. Brandon Six, though, up front. Mark Whitley as well. Could we get a classic Brandon Six and Mark Whitley showdown here? That would be a classic for sure. Right now, though, we're going to get really close here. The choose car is approaching. We are doing that for the road courses. So if you don't know how this works, basically the choose car, there he is, comes out, and the drivers go left to right of him, and they decide, hey, you know what? If we're going to go left, we're choosing the inside lane, the outside of him, they're choosing the outside lane, and pretty cool stuff all around. So we're going to ride on board real quick. There we go. Pace car is coming up. And we're going to find out who decides to choose what. The inside lane is so key here because turn one is that inside lane focused. Michael Johnson's the first to decide to go on the outside lane. Smart move. He gets to now be on that front row. So sometimes with this choose, you can really get some free spots here. The outside lane is nice because if you get through turn one side by side, you get the apex in the preferred lane for the next corner. So that could be huge for a lot of these drivers right here. And right now, last couple of drivers are getting it down. There we go. Awesome job. Big thanks to Brandon Davis for being our race control and the choose car. Always a fun time. There it is. Well, right now, up at the front, it's going to be Jamie Graham as our leader. So earlier in the race, we saw him and we saw Joseph Milley both deciding to pit during the green flag. Joseph Milley right now is currently sitting back in 22nd spot. There he is, number 6. But Jamie Graham stays up front, so right now gets to lead that one lap, which is great. That'll go towards his playoffs. But as far as the race, this is going to be interesting because he definitely does not have enough fuel to get to the end. So he'll have to pit, but he also has to hope that everyone else pits too. So we'll see how that works as we get going. But right now, pace car lights are still on. We're going to go around one more time, it would appear like, which will definitely help these guys in their fuel strat. So we'll see how that gets going here. Brandon Six, stage 2 winner. Let's bring him in real quick, talk to him about his race. Very, very fast, obviously. We know how good he is. And right now, very surprising that they didn't take tires. So we're going to cover that in just a second once we steal him from his teammates. Here we go. Hey, Brandon Six, man. It's Steve in the booth. You got me?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, dude, looking pretty good right now. Stage 2 winner, obviously, and looked pretty good overall in the race. But, man, how's the track feeling right now? A lot of you guys didn't take tires right there, so are you going for the no tires strat? We saw your teammate Frankie Barroso taking tires in stage 1, but how's the car feeling?
Yeah, it's definitely strange feeling for sure. When you're on cold tires, the car just doesn't want to grip up and really do much of anything that you're asking out of it. It kind of slides for a handful of laps. So that's kind of why a lot of us have chosen to not take tires, because it's just the heat's already in it and it fires off a lot faster. You kind of pay for it a little bit towards the end, but being that it's so hard to pass here, I mean, it's better just to stay on the older tires, and hope you kind of didn't burn them off and have enough there at the end to hopefully get a win here.
Yeah, definitely makes sense. But right now, I mean, again, your teammate too, Michael Johnson, is looking so strong today. Yeah, doesn't have enough quite to catch you or even Frankie in stage 1. I mean, is he one to watch out for? You know, like who's in your windshield, or I guess in your rear view, that you're worried about?
Yeah, I mean, as right now, I would say MJ for sure. He was keeping me honest there for a little bit. I had to try and focus on my braking markers and not overdrive the corners, because it's very easy to kind of lock out the brakes and overshoot the corner. So that's kind of the biggest thing. If I don't do that, I should be fine.
Awesome, man. Great stuff. Hey, good luck rest of the way, and maybe we'll see you at the end of this thing. Good luck.
Yep. Thank you.
Alrighty, there he is, Brandon Six, Great job, stage 2 winner, and looking very, very sharp as usual. So right now, real quick, we have a little bit of time. Let's go real quick and thank a few sponsors before we go back green here for stage 3. We'll come right back.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Same State Showdown presented by Wheels America. Hey, huge shout out to Wheels America. Definitely go and check them out, wheelsamerica.com. They are just incredible. They have been actually remanufacturing wheels since 1994. So with over 35,000 wheels in inventory, they stock the most diverse inventory of original wheels in the U.S. Their goal is to ensure our customer gets the correct wheel along with the best customer service experience. So dial 210-590-0602 for a quote today. Definitely go check them out, wheelsamerica.com. Fantastic people and close friends to the ASRA Cup Series, so go and check them out. Well, right now, we're going to get down to business. Stage number 3 is about to hit. And at the line, 13 laps to go. Fuel shouldn't be a huge issue here. Might have to save just a little bit. But off we go. One more time around, no mistakes entering turn 1. This first lap is going to be crucial to how this race ends. And here we go. Brandon 6 leads us off into that Geico restart zone. And we are back green for the Same State Showdown. Oh my word, John Hagan just absolutely sends it. What just happened there? He shot out of a rocket. Mark Whitley, though, into P1. Battling side by side, Brandon 6. I think that caught them both off guard. Hagan lost the brakes right there. Couldn't quite tell what that was, but man, he just went to the moon. Further on back, it looks like nobody else got affected by that. Oh my word. John Hagan somehow, spins it around again. In absolute shambles. Cannot believe that car is still able to drive after what we just saw, but here we go. Brandon 6 up at the front still. Got the lead back from Mark Whitley. They were side by side for a while there, but they keep it going. Frankie Brosa way off track over there. Blew the corner. And look at this mess right here. Oh, Woodruff goes around. Daryl Young gets through. Jamie Graham as well. Joseph Mealy. These guys right here are fighting for a top 10 spot. I can promise you, Fleming, Larson, all these guys. We see a lot of smoke up front. Frankie Broso up at the front too. Chris Rabel goes around. All that smoke was his. Unbelievable first lap here as we start stage number 3. This is huge. 51 goes around. It looks like Josh Larson. Never mind, we saw the red on the map. We thought he was around, but great effort so far by these guys. Josh Larson and Fleming. Flagship, not necessarily. Big move. Daryl Young, Woodruff all go around. No one's giving anybody an inch right now. It is take, and no one's giving. But this is it. If you've got a grudge, this might be the time to pay it back, because they cannot come back from this. There's no yellows. Michael Johnson in P1. What happened to Brandon 6? Look at this. 6th in 3rd place right now. Mark Whitley in 2nd. Big moves at the front of the field. Unbelievable, but there he is, Michael Johnson to the lead. Does he have enough to get this win? He finally has himself in that position. We saw Mark Whitley kind of fall off there at the end of stage 2. We've seen this movie before. Same song, second verse for Whitley and Brandon 6. Always competing, season 4 finale. Look at this. 6 kind of sends it in side by side, doors him, and makes it stick. Brandon 6 right now still side by side, has to break him, dooring each other. These two just don't like each other, and we know it. So what does this mean for these guys? Down low, makes it happen. And all the while these guys race this hard, Michael Johnson will just walk away with this thing. Max Brady at P4, what an incredible recovery job right here. For that P4 spot, incredible job. Didn't quite have that pace earlier on, but has himself right where he wants it. Frankie Rosso in top 5. Fast enough to get it done. Still 12 laps to go. Can definitely make his way to the front. Has to get there soon. Better place for now at P6, and that 74 looking very strong. Chris Rabel again, same spot right there for Rabel, always having issues in that arena section of the track. Keeps it going though. Man, oh man. Running out of breath. So much stuff going on right now on the track. Such good racing. Anderson right now holding it on to P11. Jacob Weiss though looked so strong earlier on. Turn 1 is just so hectic right here. Everyone's single file for the most part. Looking pretty solid. Awesome job. All over the place. Good stuff. Michael Johnson, Brandon 6, and Whitley. Whitley had some issues right there. Oh, hold on. Frankie Rosso's around. Top of the hill. Man, since that stage 1, just issues all around for Frankie Rosso. Hate to see that. But Devin Smirker might capitalize here on some passing. Andrew Phipps up to P6. Awesome job for these drivers. Close battle right here. Brandon Bowie. Anderson are going to catch up to Weist here momentarily. These guys right here are just really racing hard. All teammates right here, keep in mind too. So a lot going on. Job right now. Michael Johnson up at the front. Brandon 6 though has caught him just a little bit. Johnson though, if he can stay up front, he's so solid in that fresh air. Very curious to see if he can hold on to that lead. Trying to go for his first win in the ASRA Cup Series. This will lock him into the playoffs if he can pull it off though. Brandon 6, even though they're teammates, he is not going to give an inch. tires right now, further on back, a bunch of guys right here. Jacob Wiest making a good move. His teammate Miller right behind him, trying to catch all these drivers. A top 10 finish here at these kind of a track at the road courses is a great finish. Some good points right here. That's ultimately what it comes down to, is those good finishes. So far right now, a great effort by the Apollo Motorsport guys. Extremely strong. Blaze Crawford making a great comeback right there as well. Man, earlier on, stage 1 had some big issues in that first wreck, lap 1. But as we talked about earlier, it just comes down to that attrition, getting through the race, holding on to a good track position, not taking the tires sometimes if need be, as we've seen a lot of these guys do. It's definitely craziness for sure. So real quick, as it's been slow for a moment, let's go back real quick if we can to just look at that stage 3 restart with John Hagan. Try and see what happened with Hagan right here. Almost caused a massive wreck right there for Hagan, but right now we keep it green. Obviously, it's a road course, so there's no yellows. Michael Johnson holds on to P1. Brandon 6 in second place. He wants that lead, but he can't quite get it yet. It's just so difficult to pass. He was mentioning Whitley has fallen back just a little bit. Max Brady in P3. Great effort right here for him. Looking extremely strong. He might have something. He's 4 seconds back, 4.5 seconds back of the top 2. 9 laps to go. You just never know. Uh-oh, getting a word. Roger Pierce. Dunkelberger, there they are. Pretty slow. But they keep it going. That's the thing about these road courses, right? You get 30 plus drivers on these road courses, and listen, a lot of these oval guys don't really do great at road courses, right? So it's just one of those things. A lot of these guys aren't trying to be, dirty or sending it in too deep or ultra aggressive. Some are, right? But sometimes it's just super difficult because they don't know any better. And with these cars, it's so hard to slow down and to really be nimble around other drivers. And right now, we're definitely seeing that. Awesome run for Andrew Phipps right here. In that 22nd spot, really good job. Uh-oh, better place. And Bowie, oh no, Bowie! Uh-oh, and better place getting involved. Unfortunate. Frankie Barroso also getting off track right there as well, but Brandon Bowie right here, big damage against his teammate Brandon Fetterplace. Just super loose conditions. The sun is setting down, by the way, a little bit. There's no lights here. We're not going to have to worry about lights or nighttime, but the sun is going down, and right now the track, should be cooler, but as we're seeing, it's definitely getting pretty chaotic. Christian Angel right behind him, actually. Austin Salyers, both halves of the Harpoon Design Racing developmental team. Tough race for these guys, but hey, this is what it takes, right? A couple of these races, get it under your belt. This is huge for experience and getting to figure out these cars. So real life practice is not a bad deal. We're seeing Murphy Esport teammates of Graham and Joseph Mealy right here as well. Their strategy looks like to not work out the way they wanted it to, but either way, not a bad run though. Top, mid-20s. Have a chance to get to that top 20 spot. Not too bad right there. But big time racing here. Look at this. far, awesome racing right here. Up at the front, though, still remains is Michael Johnson up at the front. Brandon Six catches him once in a while, but doesn't really ever come alongside of him. Right now, he's very, very close. He might have a spot right here, but Johnson will have the apex. Uh-oh, maybe not, though. This is for the lead. Oh, gets a little sideways right there. Johnson has the gap. Gonna get the apex. Gotta be careful. These are teammates, keep in mind. Brandon Six won last week and subbing in for Hugo Curiel, and right now he's in his own ride in that 66, just like he won last season in the championship for season 5. But man, right now on the back bumper of Johnson for sure. Matthew Fleming off track a little bit right here in that 22nd spot up against Villalobos. Not too bad for them. P3 is pretty well far though. Mark Whitley and Max Brady, they're side by side. Whitley caught back up to him. This could definitely be a battle here for that top 3. Not looking too bad. Devin Smecker, a very solid P5 right there, leading the way for his Murphy Esport teammates. Can't say enough about that paint scheme too. Looks so good. Uh-oh. Blows turn 1 just a little bit, but awesome, awesome ride. Frankie Broso in P6 currently. Andrew Phipps in P7. Great runs for them, but look at this, man. Apollo Motorsports showing up today in P8. Tim Robb, Jacob Wiest in P9, and not too far away right there behind him, Jeremy Millerin. So Apollo having one of their better outings this season. Looking very, very strong. Awesome to see right here. Up front, though, still Michael Johnson. They are catching some lap traffic, just a little bit. The 51 car is ahead of them, Josh Larson, who unfortunately has not had, again, the race that he wanted. Daryl Young getting word that he crashed, but doesn't look like that's the case. Might have just went off track there. That sometimes triggers that, but overall, not too bad. Matt Smith, your Season 1 champion, holding on to it in that P1 spot. Or excuse me, 27th spot, but P1 back in Season 1. Overall, not too bad. Right now, we're going to focus on the lead right here. This is going to be so close. Brandon Six tries the same spot to try and get around him. Can't quite do it. And the gap just a little bit opens up for now. Brandon seems like he's faster in Sector 3, basically the last third of the track, but Michael really holds on to it in the first half, so not too bad. Right now, we're going to go and hit, as we hit 6 laps to go here in the race. We'll go to our race day non-stop. We'll keep watching the race, but we'll go and thank a few sponsors as we do it. So you won't miss a thing, folks. We'll come right back.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Alrighty, folks, right now a huge battle right here for the top 5. Frankie Rosso and Devin Smirker have been battling right now for the last couple laps. And man, they are super close right now. Almost 5 laps to go. And as we saw right now, Brandon 6 actually just stole the lead away from Michael Johnson as well. Michael had it for so long, but just couldn't hold on to it right there. We'll see, though, if he can catch back up. He might be able to do it. Still 5 laps to go right now. Mark Whitley holding strong in P3. Max Brady in that 4th spot. Frankie Russell got around Devin right there for a P5, so there he is. Smecker right now in that P6. Great run for him. Andrew Phipps holding on to P7. Tim Robb, there they are. Apollo Motorsports, and then number 9, P9 for Jacob Weist. Miller in here comes down pit road, so teammates of the Apollo Motorsports, not sure if he has just the damage that needs to be fixed or if he has some fuel issues. Definitely find out, but this is unfortunate for him because he was he was knocking on the door for a top 10 in about P11 right here, so not good. Has the fuel. That's all it took right there. Splash and go. Further on back right now, outside the top 10, Blaze Crawford has now moved into that top 10 spot. Great job overall for him because, man, stage 1 was pretty rough to him initially. Brandon Bowie into that P11 spot. Holding on to a good finish. Better place as well. Had some issues earlier on for Fetter Place, but overall a very good road racer, and right now holding on to a P12. Again, subbing in for Hugo Curiel, so looking pretty good right now in that spot. Nick Lights, 13th. Nick Lights has a lot of good stage points right now, so we'll see what he can do to end this race. Jackson Anderson, really, really strong. P14 right now. Look at that car. It has no damage on it. Looks very, very clean. Just patience for him, and he's maintained the top 14 spot, so really pretty strong for him. Cannot be upset about that for sure. Chris Rabel back further a little bit, subbing in for Martin Nava. Jonathan Smith, there he is, that 72 red and black Harpoon design car looking good. Woodruff. And then Roger Pierce. A couple of guys that are really good road course drivers, but today just didn't have the luck, unfortunately. 17th and 18th for these two drivers. Definitely not. Great day for them. A couple more guys, Christian Angel, Matt Smith. And then Austin Salyers holding on to some decent runs right here. Right outside that top 20. And that right there is it. But the closest battle right now seemingly is for the lead. Johnson's still about 8/10 back. He can catch him 4 laps to go. He's going to make it happen now, though, for sure. But this could be it. Michael Johnson, a fast driver, but if he can get this win, that'll be his ticket into the playoffs. But it's got to get through his teammate. Max Brady here, and then he's off track right here. Seems kind of slow right there. Had an issue in the hairpin, it would appear. Keeps it going. Great job for him. Frankie Brosso, P5. Devin Srecker, 6th place. Stick right on board that All Things Go podcast machine. From the gyro cam. I'll show you folks the second half of this track. Uh-oh. A little loose right there. You can see in that rearview mirror the sun is starting to set, so grip levels right now should be pretty high. But again, with a lot of these drivers not choosing to take tires, they just don't have the grip in the tires themselves. So the track might have the grip, but the tires definitely don't. So they are fighting for their life as they get through this track. But great looking car there for Devin. Very cool ride. Battle right here. Rabel and Jackson Anderson. So far so good right there. Any word? Jimmy Graham, maybe and Nick Light's getting together? Nope. Just off tracks for them. Okay, not too bad. But man, look at that. Look at that car. Left side beat up. The front end pretty well beat up in the middle. Left as well. Setting P13. So really not a bad job right there for him. Pretty solid. Brandon 6 up front. 3 laps to go right now. Trying what he can to get himself his second win of the season. And also a second win in a different car. So, again, last week... Uh-oh, Darrell Young spins out right here. Oh, holds on to it again. Hot tires. And keeps it going. Not bad, though. But yeah, right now, I mean, Brandon 6, he won last week again, subbing in for Hugo, that 74 car. And won the race at Texas. And then right here... looking pretty good in the 66. So right now as we speak, that same state showdown point standings looks pretty promising for Brandon 6. Nick Lights came in as the leader, but obviously not having the best of days. But Brandon 6 having a very solid outing right now, definitely in position to be the winner of the same state showdown. He'll already be in the All-Star race because he is a former champion and a former race winner, but adding one more big victory to his what do you call it, notch is pretty cool. So still have 2 laps to go though. A lot can happen. Michael Johnson is still kind of there, 8/10 back. Can he get it done? Michael has been the only one even remotely close to the leaders. Man, he wants to win this one bad. He doesn't necessarily need to win this to get into the playoffs, but he did come in late into the season, so points-wise he can do it, but man, tough break if he can't win this race. He is closing in. About 8/10 back right now, coming down into the hairpin here momentarily. Tires on Johnson's car just seem to be not working as well as 6's right now, it would appear. But Brendan doing a great job. Mark Whitley in that 3rd spot, really all by himself. Having a great run in that 3rd spot, that 77 car, Harpoon Design machine. Looking very, very strong. Awesome job right there for him. Max Brady, so far in that P4 spot. Crazy good job. Oh, got a little loose right there though. Right now, though, almost 1 lap to go for the leaders. Frankie Rosso was one of the faster drivers in this race. Unfortunately, right now in P5, it just didn't quite work out for him today. But right now, Brandon 6 takes the white flag for the same state showdown. And Johnson is right there. He caught up to him just a little bit. Cut that lead into a half. Can Michael Johnson catch him on this last lap? He might just do it. What can he do in this last? He's got to win, right? You're going to win. You're so close to it. Can he pull it off here against his teammate, Brandon 6? Six, though, just so strong through the S's. You can see it. The car's just doing what he wants it to do. And contrary to what he said in our Stage 2 interview, on these older tires, They just get into the track more. They're warmed up. But nonetheless, a great job. Closest battle on track is basically this one. A lot of drivers way out ahead of other guys. Everyone's kind of in their own zone right now. But this is it. Coming down into the arena, the sun is setting for the same state showdown as well as Circuit of the Americas. And right now, nobody can answer to Brandon 6. Michael Johnson has gotten close. He's tasted the lead. He's led laps, but he just can't quite get the win. He's given it all he can, Michael Johnson. Huge effort today. Going to have a great points day. Nonetheless, Brandon 6. Time and time again, we've seen how strong he is, and today he showed it. Brandon 6 going to come across that last corner, and there he is. He's going to be the winner today of the Same State Showdown, presented by Wheels America. Brandon 6, your winner at COTA. Amazing effort right there for Brandon 6 to win this race. Had to work through a lot of issues in stage 1 and stage 2 a little bit, but held on to the tires and made it work. So a great job there for Brandon 6. Back-to-back wins. Very, very good job there for him. Awesome, awesome job. But he is your winner. P2 is going to be Michael Johnson. Very valiant effort. Third place, Mark Whitley. Fourth place, Max Brady. Frankie Rosso, P5. So awesome job by these drivers. We're going to go real quick and thank a few sponsors before we come back and let them burn it down, and we'll talk to our top 3 as we always do. We'll come right back, folks.
Hey guys, this is Kevin from KK Woodscapes. Wanted to say how excited we are to be a sponsor for the ASRA Cup Series this upcoming season. This is just some of the pieces we've created over the years. We can work with you and bring any special victory to life. To order, or if you have any questions, please scan the QR code for Instagram or contact me through the Discord. And hopefully, we'll be bringing your virtual victory into reality one day.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
There he is, folks, your winner today for the Same State Showdown race number 2 at Circuit of the Americas. Brandon 6 walks away with the win. Great job right there. Following P2 is Michael Johnson, in third place, Mark Whitley. Very good job. Right now, as we always do, we're going to go and talk to our top 3. We'll start off, as we do, with Mark Whitley. So we'll bring him in here. Where's Mark? Let's get him in. Where? Aha! Where's little Mark Whitley? Don't see him. Mark, where are you? Oh, there he is. Here he is, Mark Whitley at the third place spot. Awesome job today, man. Road course racing, obviously you didn't qualify as well as you wanted to, but looked super strong throughout the race. And hey, a top 3, man. That's a good start to your season. Great job. How'd it go for you on your end?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty crazy there, especially on the starting middle of the pack like that. I just kept getting 1X's on qualifying lap, and I finally was able to put one down right when qualifying was ending. So at least we're able to get some time down. Good turnaround. Second race I've been able to make now in a row. Last week did not go how we wanted to, so this is a nice one. I really thought the fuel was going to come into a like it was going to be a bigger deal at the end than it was. That's like at the very beginning of that last stage there, I was taking it easy, short shifting, just trying to save as much fuel because it looked like we were going to be right on the number, and just kind of let those guys go, and kind of turned out not to be the brightest idea because it seemed like I wound up going hard there the last half of the run because it seemed like we weren't really losing that much fuel, and it just kind of like they got away from me, and once they got away, I don't think I was going to be able to run them down. If I was with them, I think I could have stayed with them, but they were already 10 seconds clear, so I was just trying to hit my marks and try to just bring it home and get it to top 3 as good stage points night, good points night all around. That's what we need right now. So all in all, I'll take it. Wasn't too sure. Did a lot of practice the last couple days because I feel like I'm just not comfortable with this track, but I feel like I'm starting to get there. So hopefully we can, if we come back here, we'll be even stronger.
Yes, sir, man. Awesome job today. Give us any shout-outs you might have, sponsors, friends, family. What you got?
Yeah, big shout out Brantley Harpoon Design, putting together all our paint schemes, doing the spotting job for me and everybody else tonight. I know it's kind of hectic there going into one. I just remember asking him like, how many wide am I? And he just said 5, and I'm like, okay. So, it was a little hairy there, so he was appreciate him all the what he was doing for us. Shout out to all my other teammates. I know a bunch of them had kind of rough nights, especially Roger. He was really looking forward to this, and he just didn't have the night he wanted, so hopefully he can rebound next week. We'll just see. Shout out to my family tuning in to broadcast the races. Always appreciate them, and shout out for you putting on a great broadcast. It should be fun to go back and watch. Yes,
sir. It sure was fun to broadcast. So great job, man. We'll catch you next week.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, there he is. Mark Whitley, P3. A great job right there for him. Gonna bring in next Michael Johnson. There he is, Michael Johnson in the 39, man. What a great race for you. Led some laps, looked so quick. I mean, obviously when Frankie fell off, Brandon Six was there to kind of take over as far as, competing with you, but man, just couldn't quite have enough today. But such a great effort today. Talk to us about your race, man.
Yeah, the race went pretty good. Qualified good, stayed up front the whole time. Just had to save a little fuel there at the end that kept me from pulling away from 6, and then by the time I saved enough, it was hard to make up that second on the last lap.
Yes, sir. But hey, great effort right there. Obviously, super good job, and definitely one of the faster guys in this league. So really impressive. Hey, give us a shout out, any of your sponsors you might have, and we'll let you go, man. Great job.
Yeah, just thanks to all the guys at Bowie Esports, and we'll come out and we'll get them next week.
Yes, sir. Awesome job, man. We'll see you next week at Richmond.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Alrighty, great job there for Michael Johnson. And then P1, you know who it is, Brandon Six. Let's get him in. Stage 2 winner. And unfortunately, his teammates really couldn't catch up to him. Frankie Bros having issues earlier on in the race, stage 1, and Michael Johnson having some fuel difficulties, wanting to save a little bit. But man, Brandon, you made it work. You led the race a lot, stage 2 and race win, back-to-back weeks in different cars, man. How'd you feel?
Feel pretty dang good. Got the Texas sweep. Pretty stoked about that. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought I threw it away there. I think on the first lap when the tires there on that last stage, because I was saving fuel under the caution laps, I didn't get a chance to build heat in the tires, which I think hurt me, and I almost looped it there. Luckily, I was able to kind of catch it and fall back in third, and then start picking off Whitley there, and then my teammate MJ again, and finally got an opening there where I was able to kind of dive it in there on the backstretch, and then eventually when I passed him, he said he had to save fuel, and I'm like, he's like, he asked me if I need to save fuel, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm like, so I don't know if it was just my driving style or what, but like I had like a whole extra lap of fuel. I didn't even save the entire run, so I'm not sure if it was just the way I was driving it compared to everybody, but I wasn't burning as much fuel, I guess, compared to everybody else.
Yeah, really, really impressive overall for sure. And I mean, yeah, back-to-back wins. I haven't done the math yet, but unofficially, I'm pretty sure you are also the same state Showdown champion. So pretty cool little mini bracket we did over these last couple of races in Texas. So pretty good job there for you. And another win, obviously, you're already locked into the All-Star race because of the previous wins, but also championship. But hey, one more little win under the belt's not too bad for you. So great-looking car, great-looking race today. And next week we start Richmond. So it should be some fun right there. Short track racing. But yeah, give us any shout outs you might have, man. Any sponsors, friends, family. What you got?
Yeah, I gotta thank Battle Beaver as always, Bowie Esports, and you, Steve, for putting on this league and the broadcast, and obviously my friends and family. Thanks.
Alrighty, awesome job today, man. Great win. We'll see you next week.
Yep, thanks, Steve.
There he is, Brandon Six, your winner today for the Same State Showdown. Man, what an incredible job, as always. Great race overall, too. There it is, high above Circuit of the Americas. Cannot wait to get next week going as well. Road course racing is always fun, and we had a lot of fun today. Maybe not a lot of these drivers, but we definitely did here in the booth and on race day. Cannot wait for just all the results and the all the experiences and stories people had about this race. So can't wait for that next week, folks. We are actually going to Richmond, so some short track racing for the ASRA Howard Poon Design Cup Series. It's going to be the start, actually, of the mid-season madness. So it's going to be a cool little mini bracket similar to what we just did for the Same State Showdown. And it's going to be pretty hectic. It's going to be nuts, right? So the points, basically, at the end of this race, the top 20 drivers and points will be the mid-season madness drivers, and P1 will start off with the least points, so 1 point, and 20th place will start with 20 points. And basically how it goes is next week at Richmond, it's a 3-week racing schedule basically for the mid-season madness. Richmond, New Atlanta, and then Charlotte for our 600 event, and it's going to be a longer race and very, very cool. So basically how the bracket works is the top 20 are in that bracket. Obviously, the full field still races the race, but that top 20 races, and then the top 10 of that point standings will advance to Atlanta. The back 10 will will back out of it, and then at Charlotte, the top 5 from Atlanta will advance on. So it's basically like a little mini playoff bracket within the actual season. So kind of a play on, March Madness, but this is our mid-season madness. So pretty cool stuff. And then at Charlotte, our longer race, the longest race of the season for us, 3 stages or 3-stage breaks. Going to be a lot of fun. Basically, those 5 drivers will vie for whoever finishes ahead of the other 4 drivers, just like a playoff or a championship format, dash for cash. They will be the mid-season madness champion. So we'll get to a lot more of that next week at Richmond. But now at COTA, we had a lot of fun. Brandon Six is your winner. Race results right there on the left side of your screen. Join us next Monday for the NORA Truck Series at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's going to be at COTA as well, so we're coming right back here, but for some truck action. Cannot wait for that. Those boys put on one hell of a show last night, especially at Bristol, but next week will be a lot of fun. So join us next week, folks. Have a great night. Have a great week, and we will see you next Monday. Have a good day.